Hey everyone, can you feel that? The silence? Just a few days ago, the internet was on fire. We were all watching the skies, tracking that interstellar comet, 3I Atlas. It had us holding our breath. It had us wondering if this was it. And then, it passed. It waved goodbye and faded into the darkness. We all took a collective deep breath. We told ourselves, we made it. We told ourselves the danger is over. But I hate to be the one to rain on your parade. I really do. But I need to tell you the truth. The truth is, that comet was just a distraction. It was a cosmic sleight of hand. While we were all staring at the shiny snowball melting in the sun, we missed the monster lurking in the shadows. The universe was basically giving us a teaser trailer. It was saying, hey humans, pay attention, the real movie is about to start. Because hidden deep in NASA's database, buried in lines of code and trajectory models, there is a name that makes astronomers sweat. It is not some fragile ball of ice that will break apart. It is a rock, a massive, city-killing, civilization-ending rock. And it is named after the ancient Egyptian god of chaos and darkness, Apophis. In today's video, we are not talking about maybes or millions of years from now. We are going to walk through the date, the time, and the physics of a threat that is standing right at our front door. Unlike the comet that kept its distance, this monster is coming so close to Earth that it will literally fly underneath our satellites. So, grab a drink, sit back, and buckle up. We are about to dive deep into the story of the most dangerous object in the solar system. First, let's clear the air about what we are dealing with. The object that just passed us, 3I Atlas, was a comet. Comets are beautiful, sure. They have tails. They are made of ice, dust, and gas. They are fragile. If they get too close to the sun, they disintegrate. But Apophis is an asteroid, specifically an S-type asteroid. That means stony. It is a solid beast made of silicate rock and heavy metals like nickel and iron. It is not going to melt. It is not going to break apart. It is a bullet. And this bullet is huge. It is about 1,100 feet wide. That is wider than the Eiffel Tower is tall. It is bigger than the Empire State Building. Imagine a mountain of solid iron, tumbling through the void, moving faster than a speeding bullet, aiming right for our cosmic neighborhood. Its story started back in December of 2004. That was when scientists at the Kitt Peak National Observatory first spotted a faint speck of light moving against the stars. At first, it was just another rock. We tracked thousands of them, but as they gathered more data, the mood in the control room changed. The computers started spitting out probabilities. Usually, the chance of an asteroid hitting Earth is 0.0001%, essentially zero. But Apophis was different. The initial calculations showed a 2.7% chance of impact. Now, 2.7% might sound small to you, but in the world of orbital mechanics, that is terrifying. That is not a risk. That is a probability. For a few weeks in 2004, the scientific community was genuinely terrified. They thought we had found the one, the rock that would end us. Later, they refined the data. They looked at old photos, and they said, okay, relax. It won't hit us in 2004. It won't hit us in 2036. But, and there is always a but in space, the danger didn't disappear. It just moved down the calendar. Take out your phone. Seriously, open your calendar app and go to this date. Mark it, April 13th, 2029. Look at the day. It is a Friday. Yes, Friday the 13th, the unluckiest day in Western superstition. And on this very day, the god of chaos is going to darken our skies. Now, I hear people saying, asteroids fly by Earth all the time. NASA announces a close approach every other week. Why is this one special? Here is why this is special. Here is why this is the main event. Usually, when the news says an asteroid is passing close to Earth, they mean it is passing 3 million miles away, or maybe 500,000 miles away. That is far. That is safe. But Apophis, on Friday, April 13th, 2029, Apophis will be just 19,000 miles away from the surface of our planet. That is roughly 31,000 kilometers. Let me put that into perspective for you. The moon is 240,000 miles away. This rock is coming 10 times closer than the moon. But here is the real kicker. The satellites that power your GPS, your TV, your military communications, and your weather monitoring, they orbit in what we call the geostationary ring. That ring is 22,000 miles up. Do you see the math problem here? Apophis is coming in at 19,000 miles. The satellites are at 22,000 miles. This asteroid is going to thread the needle. It is going to pass inside the ring of our satellites. It is going to fly lower than our own technology. In the entire history of humanity, for the last 200,000 years, we have never witnessed an object of this size coming this close to our home. It is a statistical anomaly. It is a record-breaking event. It will be so close that Earth's gravity is actually going to grab the asteroid and physically shake it. Scientists expect that as Apophis flies by, our gravity will trigger landslides on its surface. It will stretch and squeeze the rock. And for us down here on the ground, it is going to be a spectacle. If you are in Europe, Africa, or parts of Western Asia on that night, you won't need a telescope. You won't need binoculars. You will be able to walk out into your backyard, look up, and see a bright point of light racing across the stars. It will be moving fast, crossing the width of the full moon every minute. Imagine standing there, looking up, and knowing that a city killer is cruising right over your head. It will be beautiful, but it will also be deeply unsettling, because it is a reminder of how vulnerable we really are. But wait, if NASA says it is going to miss us in 29, why am I making this video? Why is everyone still worried? Because the story doesn't end with the flyby. The flyby is where the real danger begins. The worry is about something called the gravitational keyhole. This is the concept that keeps planetary defense experts awake at night. Space is big, right? But the physics of orbits are very precise. Near Earth, along Apophis's path, there are tiny invisible windows in space. We call them keyholes. Some are only a few hundred meters wide. Think of it like a game of cosmic pinball. If Apophis flies through the empty space, we are fine. But if it passes through one of these specific keyholes in 2029, Earth's gravity will tug on it just right. It will twist its trajectory. It will align the cannon. And do you know what happens next? The asteroid will swing out into space, loop around the sun, and come back exactly 7 years later, in the year 2036. And this time, it won't miss. It will slam directly into Earth. This is the nightmare scenario. We call it the resonant return. Now NASA has done the math. They say the chance of it hitting the keyhole is extremely low. They say we are 99% safe. But in the world of chaos, that 1% matters. And there is a wild card. There is a variable that is very hard to predict. It is called the Yarkovsky Effect. It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, but it is real physics. Here is how it works. Asteroids rotate. As they spin, the side facing the sun gets hot. When that hot side rotates into the darkness, it cools down and releases that heat as thermal radiation. This release of heat acts like a tiny rocket thruster. It pushes the asteroid. It drifts. Over days, it means nothing. Over years, it changes the path by miles. We can calculate gravity perfectly. Isaac Newton figured that out hundreds of years ago. But we cannot perfectly predict this Yarkovsky effect because we don't know exactly what Apophis is capable of. Remember the comet 3I Atlas? It sped up unexpectedly. It surprised us. What if Apophis surprises us? What if the sun pushes it just a few hundred meters off course? Just enough to nudge it into that deadly keyhole? 19,000 miles is a close shave in cosmic terms. It is like a bullet grazing your cheek and singing your hair. If the wind blows even a little bit, that bullet hits. So, let's talk about the unthinkable. Let's talk about the worst-case scenario. I don't say this to scare you, but to make you understand the stakes. Suppose luck runs out. Suppose it hits the keyhole. Suppose it hits us. What happens? Apophis weighs about 30 million tons, and it is hitting us at a speed of 28,000 miles per hour. Upon impact, it would release energy equivalent to 880 million tons of TNT. If it hits land, say somewhere in Central Europe or the east coast of America, everything within a 100-mile radius is instantly vaporized. The ground would liquefy. A crater miles wide and thousands of feet deep would be carved into the crust of the Earth. The shockwave would flatten buildings for thousands of miles. Windows would shatter in completely different countries. But statistically, it is more likely to hit the ocean. After all, our planet is 70% water. If it hits the Atlantic Ocean, we are looking at a mega tsunami. We are talking about walls of water hundreds of feet high, moving at the speed of a jet plane. It would wipe out the entire east coast of the United States. New York, Miami, Boston, gone. It would devastate the coasts of Portugal, Spain, the UK, and Africa. Millions would die in hours. The economic collapse would end civilization as we know it. And then comes the aftermath. The dust and water vapor thrown into the atmosphere would circle the globe. It would block out the sun. We would enter a nuclear winter. Temperatures would drop. Crops would fail globally. Mass starvation would follow. This isn't a movie plot. This is physics. This is what a rock of that size does to a planet. But take a deep breath, because there is good news. We are not dinosaurs. The dinosaurs looked up, saw the fire in the sky, and didn't know what was coming. They had no space program. They had no math. We do. 3I Atlas and other events have served as a wake-up call. Humanity is waking up. We are no longer just sitting ducks in a cosmic shooting gallery. Planetary defense is now a real thing. You might remember the DART mission from a couple of years ago. NASA slammed a spacecraft into a small asteroid named Dimorphos just to see if they could move it. And guess what? It worked. We actually changed the orbit of a celestial body. We proved that if we have enough warning, we can deflect a monster. And for Apophis, we are not taking any chances. In the year 2026, very soon, a new mission kicks off. It is called the Ramses Mission, led by the European Space Agency. And NASA has repurposed one of its old spacecraft, OSIRIS-REx, and renamed it OSIRIS-APEX. These missions are going to intercept Apophis. They are going to fly right up to it. We need to know the enemy. Is Apophis a solid chunk of iron? Or is it a rubble pile, just a bunch of loose rocks held together by gravity? This distinction is crucial. If it is solid, we can ram it with a spaceship to knock it off course. But if it is a rubble pile, and we hit it, it might just absorb the shock. Or worse, it might break apart into a shotgun blast of thousands of smaller rocks that would rain down on Earth. So, the Ramses mission is going to scan it, map it, and watch how Earth's gravity affects it. We are gathering intel for the future war, if we ever have to fight it. That day in April 2029 will be the ultimate test. It will be a historic moment. The whole world will be watching the sky. Data centers will be humming. On that day, we will find out if we are truly safe, or if the clock is ticking towards 2036. So, here is the bottom line, my friends. The comet that just passed was just the opening act. It was pretty, it was mysterious, but it was harmless. Apophis is the main event. Apophis is the one that matters. I am going to be tracking this monster every step of the way. Every time NASA updates the trajectory data, every time the Yarkovsky Effect is measured, every update from the Ramses mission, I will bring that information straight to you. Most people are going back to their normal lives now. They think the space danger season is over. You need to tell them, man, the danger hasn't even started. This universe is a violent place. We live in a shooting gallery. We have been lucky for a long time. But luck is not a strategy. Being prepared is a strategy. Now I want to hear from you. I want you to be honest in the comments below. Do you trust the official narrative? When the government agencies say no impact, do you believe them? Or do you think they are trying to prevent mass panic? Is God of Chaos just a scary nickname, or is it a prophecy of our future? Let me know what you think down below. I read the comments, and I am really curious to see where you guys stand on this. And listen, if you enjoyed this deep dive, if you want to stay ahead of the curve and know what is coming from the stars, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The next few years are going to be a wild ride for space news, and you don't want to miss the updates. Hit that like button if you want to keep exploring the mysteries of the cosmos. Share this with your friends who think space is boring.